Let's get this rolling. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? All right, I wanted to start this off. I don't have my shit on. I don't really care about all that. Hello, motherfuckers. Hell yeah. Let me turn this. Oh. Hold on, I gotta take this off, man. Them earrings, bud. All right. The bells will be there, but they're going to have to be on my headphones. What's up, Wingley? Appreciate that. 26 goddamn months. God damn, I've been around too long. I'm old. We appreciate that, my dude. Hope everything's going well. I did want to do a little short stream. Honestly, I wanted to do it right after lunch. Or after it happened. I was going to come home for lunch and do a video, but I was like, man, let me breathe on this for a little bit. Let me think about what we saw today, and then we'll go from there. Damn, that's loud for being. It's like all the way down on YouTube, and it's still loud. Oh, I don't even have that on, Meg. I didn't turn that on. I wasn't even planning on having it. Just because it was going to be a short stream, I really just wanted to pop the video on, and we go from there. Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2. We had an announcement today. I'm wondering, do I want to do that first? Let me pull up my... Because I sent some stuff to my email as well. Hold on. We had an announcement today. They made a big deal about it. That they had a countdown timer and sides look on fleek. Excuse me? Did I get a haircut? No. Actually, I haven't. I need to cut it. It's too long. It's too long right now. That's what she said. But no, I need to cut it. I haven't. I will probably do that after stream because I'm going to go hang out with my family tonight. My mom and my sister will be in town. So I'm going to go hang out with them tonight. And that's why I just wanted to get over here, talk to you guys a bit about the state of Guild Wars 2 and kind of talk about what we saw today. So that's kind of what I wanted to get into. Now you can do hello, motherfucker. Now you can do it. It's up now. You're good now. Let me turn this off. Let me go. Where is... You know what? Trying to do that. God damn it. Yeah, let's do it. There we go.
Hello, motherfucker.
There you go. There you go, man. We saw some bullshit. All right. First off, I'm going to start by saying I'm not going to totally bash the game. All right? I'm not going to bash. I'm not here to do that or anything like that. I heard there's a lot of that going around. I am not here to do that. I'm surprised I'm still hearing the music. I legit turned off the video. What I want to do right now, I want to go and I want to play the Living World trailer that they played today. Of course, they were announcing a new Living World trailer. Now, I will say from the jump that I felt that the Living World trailer in the story was good. I feel what they're doing in regards to the story writing and everything looks really good. So I will say that. But I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer because that's all I really got right now. Then I'll go over some of what I saw today and just kind of my thoughts on things. So I'm going to go on that real quick. Let me go here and then do this. Okay, I didn't mean to do all that. All right, so let me let the trailer play. We watch it together. I've only seen it once, so we'll just go from here. But this is the trailer for Living World Season 5. I heard them mess up in the thing too and say Living Story. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all for saying it. Turn it up.
You fear something far worse. You fear outliving the ones you swore to protect. You fear the day your children no longer feel the chill of the frost.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I got excited when I saw that. I was like, oh, we bring in the Coden? Like, can we play as Coden now? You know, that was my thought. That was my thought and feel.
It is this fear that is your enemy, not I. The prison in which all races of Tyria suffer.
The art is still beautiful. It's just, it's,
But you need
the art style is beautiful. How they tell the story, it's just amazing.
For I can set you free. Join me, and you shall have the strength to protect your people in the trials to come.
Who's the blonde?
Stand
Who's the girl?
against me,
Yeah.
and you stand alone.
Okay, and then this is what Meg is talking about, the prologue. Hold on, I'm trying to get it to pause there. Hold on, to play. We're getting a prologue. It won't be the actual story on September 17th, but it's just going to kind of introduce us into what's coming. Now, I'm not upset about this at all. As far as the prologue isn't a big deal. It's just like it's going to be the standard Living World stuff that we do. We're going to go through an intro, and probably, you know, something's going to happen, whatever. I get feels of the beginning of Living World season 3. You remember after Air died, and then we did the whole funeral thing and whatnot. We just ended a big battle. We're not going to just jump right into another one. So the storytelling, it makes sense to not have something like that. So something's going to kick off to get us pushed into the new story. In regards to what they said, though, I still have hope. And I'll start by saying that. I still have hope that things are going to move in the way that I'm hoping it goes. In regards to the game and the way that Living World goes. That's just my hope. I don't know if I can elaborate too much on that right now. But I just hope, based on what was said today, that there's going to be things that connect. It's not going to just be story, then wait 3 months, and then story. So there's going to be things in the middle that connect it. So that's giving me hope that they're bringing things back to the way that Living World 1 was. So that's my hope. So I'm still holding out hope for that. I can tell you my overall feelings after the announcement today was disappointment. It definitely was. I was hoping to hear more things. A lot of people wanted to hear more about the alliance system and things like that, and I was with them on that. I think they announced that you can have preset builds, and they're working on that. That's not something that's going to be out yet, but you can preset your builds for your character. So if you have certain weapons and items, you already have a preset thing to how that goes. That's cool. When that comes out, that's amazing. But for the Living World itself and the announcement today, based on how they built it up, for me, I was personally disappointed. But I don't think I was disappointed about the announcement itself. I was more disappointed about everything from the past on to this point. It's just kind of been building up to this point for me. So I just decided I wanted to talk about it. What else did it say on here? There's some other news that they did drop, so I will let y'all know that as well. You can buy Path of Fire and get Heart of Thorns for free. So you can buy Path of Fire, get Heart of Thorns for free. And you may want to get information on this. I heard this secondhand. But if you recently bought Heart of Thorns and you have not got Path of Fire, and I think this was in the last 30 days, you can refund it and then buy Path of Fire and get both. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I heard secondhand. So you want to look into that. And of course, if you are looking to buy those, let me go ahead. I believe I have my link. Guild Wars 2. I think that's for both. I think it have both of my things. Yeah. You have the links right there. If you do want to purchase it, by all means, there you go. This is, all my Guild Wars streams are sponsored by ArenaNet. I am an ArenaNet partner. So I will say that. Though what I'm saying is totally my opinion. A woman elder dragon? Pff, I don't know. It didn't sound. Did it sound like a woman to you? I don't know. It didn't sound like a woman to me, but it maybe. I don't know. Could possibly be. You know, it is what it is. People are talking about how the trailer looks like the Flame Legion, who were defeated in the dungeons in season 1, have turned to Jormag, and the Flame Legion and Icebrood Norn are extremely sexist. I did hear a mention of that. The Icebrood Norn are all male. I did hear them mention that on stage. They don't even want females near them, and the voice talking seems to be Jormag and seems to be a deep female voice. So it's kind of funny that most sexist group in the game actually follows and worships a woman without knowing. I don't know about all that. I'm not even getting into all that. That is the least of my concerns in regards to that. Everything sounds good, from the voice acting to the little snippet that they played in regards to Ridlock's interaction with the Imperator. That was it's really well written, really well done in regards to the cinematics. I thought all that was good. I've never had issues with Living Story in regards to the story told. The part where I have a problem, and this is where I'll get into the meats of it. Like I said, everything that was announced is fine and dandy. My issue is more with the MMO as a whole, currently right now. When I've played MMOs in the past, I've played MMOs and I was damn near addicted to them. I mean, there would not be a day I didn't log in. When I started playing Guild Wars 2, Wingley can attest to this, that we were logged in every day. We played the game every day, doing dailies and monthlies and who can get it done first, and doing cough runs, naked cough runs, and our guild always hanging out because we always had something to do. That's how the game started out, right? So for me, Guild Wars has gone away from that. Right now, I literally... Yeah, Kaz also can verify. And I will talk about that here in a little bit. What's up, Kaz? In regards to where I met Kaz, which was in Final Fantasy 11. And I don't know. For me, Guild Wars kind of gone away from a thing that I used to play this game every day. I used to play Final Fantasy. Like from 2003 up until... Well, I did take a break from games roughly about for 4 years, 3-4 years. But when I was playing MMOs, I was playing them every day. And there was something that always drew me to the games. It was the same thing with Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14, but I started falling off. And then I got into Guild Wars 2, and I got back into it. My love for MMO came back. Now, what I want to do real quick, I want to actually show y'all something that I looked up today. It was one of Guild Wars 2's early videos, right? And I want to show y'all this trailer, okay? Look at this trailer. Just look at this trailer as a brand new MMO coming out right now, all right? This is what I saw when Final Fantasy 11 was going to bring out A Realm Reborn. They had the thing where the thing was coming to destroy the planet and it was going to reboot the game. They rebooted Final Fantasy 14. During this time, I was like, you know what? Let me look at a couple of other MMOs. So I was out shopping for MMOs and I ran into all this stuff about what ArenaNet was bringing to Guild Wars, or bringing with Guild Wars 2 and all that. Guild Wars 2 was coming out. I want y'all to look at this. This is what sold me on Guild Wars, okay? And I want y'all to look at this and see where... I want to get into this before I talk about what I want to say about Guild Wars in today's state and why I don't play it anymore like I used to. So I want y'all to just peep this out. Damn, I may be too loud. This was 8 years ago. This video.
We founded ArenaNet to innovate, so Guild Wars 2 is our opportunity to question everything, to make a game that defies existing conventions. If you love MMOs, you'll want to check out Guild Wars 2. And if you hate MMOs, you'll really want to check out Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 takes everything you love about Guild Wars 1 and puts it into a persistent world.
Which I never
It's
played.
got more active combat, a fully branching, personalized storyline, a new event system to get people playing together, and still no monthly fees.
The look of Guild Wars 2 is stylized. We're going for a painterly, illustrated aesthetic. Everything in our world feels handcrafted and artisanal. We treat our environments as if they are characters themselves.
When you look at the art in our game, you say, wow, that's visually stunning. I've never seen anything like that before. And then when you play the combat in our game, you say, wow, that's incredible. I've never seen anything like that. In most games,
All
you
facts.
go out and you have really fun tasks occasionally that you get to do. And the rest of the game is this boring grind to get to the fun stuff. I swung a sword. I swung a sword again. Hey, I swung it again. That's great. We just don't want players to grind in Guild Wars 2. No one enjoys that. No one finds it fun. We want to change the way that people view combat.
As a structure, the MMO
Yeah.
has lost the ability to make the player feel like a hero. Everybody around you is doing the same thing you're doing. The boss you just killed respawns 10 minutes later. It doesn't care that I'm there.
You'll get quest text that tells you, I'm being attacked by these horrible things. And it's not actually happening. In the
Yeah,
game
Bayfair.
world, these horrible centaurs are standing around in a field, and you get a quest step that says, go kill 10 centaurs. We don't think that's okay. You see what's happening. You see centaurs running to the trading post, knocking the walls down, burning and
Telling
killing
you,
merchants.
this right here is what sold me
MMO, everyone else
on the game.
And in Guild Wars 2,
That.
it's your world. It's your story. You affect things around you in a very permanent way.
Cause and effect. A single decision made by a player cascades out in a chain of events.
You're meeting new people whom you will then see again. You're rescuing a village that will stay rescued, who then remember you. The most important thing in any game should be the player. We have built a game for them.
Now look at this ad, right? Think about an MMO. Let's just say this wasn't even Guild Wars, right? If this was being advertised today, a new MMO you never heard of before, advertised and looked like this, are you buying this game? Because the game came, this right here, like WoW Vanilla's out right now. This is Guild Wars Vanilla. This is what the game was when it started, right? Tons of precursors. Oh, are you bot Wingly? See, it's just, there's just an epic feel to it. And the thing is, this is what you got when you played the game, though. When I played the game, this is what I got. With the exception of, there's no Wingly with no pants in that scene. But this is what I got. What's up, Spicoli? This is what you got when you got into Guild Wars initially. When you went to fight the Shatter, it was like, oh shit. Which, I will put it out this way. They improved the Shatter somewhat. They improve and then they dumb down the... Alright. Now, like I said, that right there, and I ain't never seen this. I don't know what the hell this... I don't know what dragon that is, but hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
But anyways,
Make a game that defies existing.
I wanted to show that just because it talked about a lot of key things that I felt they delivered on and what drew me to the game. And then I think up until the end of Living World 1, I talk a lot about Living World 1. They had to edit you out. At the end of Living World 1, I think they just got away from it. Like, after Living World 1, that's when I stopped playing. I took a break from Guild Wars 1. Guild Wars, I think up until the moment I took a break. Living World 2, I would log in every now and then, got the episodes, didn't play them. Heart of Thorns came out. I still wasn't playing. I had no desire to really play. I would log in every night. Actually, I think I took a big break from gaming at that time too. I didn't play any of Heart of Thorns when it came out. I don't think I really came back until Living World 3 came. I don't know what brought me back. I think it was because I started streaming and doing some video creation. So I was like, let me go back to Guild Wars 2. Let me see what's going on. And then that's when I started creating again. But I think it as a game probably peaked for me at Living World 1. And it's not the storytelling. Like I'm okay with them doing these episodic things, but for me as a player, and I mentioned this to Meg earlier, it just feels like it's a episodic RPG game to me. It's no longer an MMO. There's no reason for me as a player to log in. I joined Guild Wars 2, and it sold me because it made me feel a part of the world. As they said, there's events you do, and if you do not do them, or you as a community do not do them, then there's a chain of events that affects negatively in the world, right? And that's how it was. Then it got to a point where it was no longer the case. Like, if you have one event, this is how it was. If you had one event and there was only 2 people there doing it, the event scaled itself that those 2 people will have a challenge during the event, but the event could still get done. Now, if that same event was being done by 20 people, then you're going to have a lot more enemies. I'll give you an example. The giant that's in Plains of Ashford, that big giant that's in that thing, everybody used to do that. Used to run over and do that. Used to fight that giant. And its difficulty was based on the amount of people that was there. Because I know there was one time it was only me there, and I was able to solo it. It was rough, but I was able to solo it. But then there's times when there's like 20, 30 people there, and it was just as hard. That's what she said. They've gone away from that. I've gone and I've done Dragonstand recently, and we've beat the mouth of Mordraboth in one burn. It's ridiculous to me. I know people are talking about, them catering to new players and things like that, but for me, I don't know who's responsible for the advertisement for the new players, but when you do that, what is it said? How's it said? How's it said? It's harder to keep new existing clientele or it's more expensive to get new clientele than to keep the old ones, or it's something like that. Right now, they're not trying to keep the old people. That's how I feel. They're trying to get the new people and not keeping the old, which you can't really get the new people and keep them in game if you're not making the old players happy. Because I know I've been in this community for a while, and I've seen that the Guild Wars 2 community is a very helpful community. If there is things that need to be done, there's very helpful people and there's toxic people, but there's also very helpful community people that will help you get it done. I'll give an example of when I was doing Dredge Hunt Cliffs the other day on stream, and homie was dying over and over. He would have got that stuff done if I was there. If I was not there raising him every 5 seconds, he would not have got all that stuff done. The boss and the Asura started? Yes. Yeah, exactly. Make more money to get new people than keep the old. Yes. And that's been the problem with the game, in my personal opinion, is that they're trying to cater to these new players, and that's fine. Cool, but the new players, when they come into the game, who are they asking about the state of the current game? They're talking to us. They're talking to us, the tenured players, right? So, what's up, Pencil Packs? What's going on, boss? I actually saw you in the Guild Wars stream talking yesterday in the Guild Wars 2 when the countdown was going. I was going to say something. I was like, yeah, nah. There's too much chatter going on. But what's up, bruh? It's good seeing you. I think I've pretty much said enough on that. For me, I feel after today's information, and like I said, I don't want to jump the gun because I don't know what they're bringing. But I think they've missed the mark big time over the last two, maybe even 3 years. I feel they missed the mark. There's a reason Classic is linked. Yeah, and that's probably the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. See, this is for me. Okay, look, I'm gonna go. I've been thinking all day, and I'm not a developer or anything like that, and I give props to everybody at ArenaNet for what they do. I can't do what they do. I just play the games and I try to enjoy myself. I try to play it for you guys to enjoy the content that I can bring with it. If you guys join me, that's fine and dandy as well. But that's one thing about the game. It's not Guild Wars. It's Solo Wars. Because I literally play this game by myself. I do all the season stuff by myself. I do the mapping by myself. All that. I don't need nobody. Like, y'all ask me, like, hey, do we need you? Y'all can join me if y'all want. It's fun. If we can play together and all that, that's fun. But I don't need it. I can literally do everything by myself. There's nothing guild about this game. You don't need it. Now, my thoughts, and if Kaz is still here, he can attest because I know he played Final Fantasy 11. I don't know if 14 went the same way, but I could tell you 11 for sure. There were things in Final Fantasy 11 in the map. There were certain areas that there were three city-states: Sandoria, Bostock, and Windurst. I still remember that shit. There were 3 city-states, and based on the different maps in the area, if your city, because you belong to one of the 3 cities, and if your city did the most work in a particular map, your city's flag was there. I was pissed off because I was in Sandoria, and I hated when Bostock was covering most of the map because they beat most of the bosses. I feel Guild Wars should probably have done. I think we're already past that part, but I think Guild Wars should, in the way of guilds, have done the same thing. Like, basically, as you're a part of guilds and you have to do these events, these dynamic events that they advertised. I got the video for that as well. These dynamic events that you do, that your guild gets points for them throughout the map. Like, and it's still scaled to the amount of people that were there. The same way that they had it. I think they still needed to focus on that. That it's scaled based on that event. And I think your guild would get resources from certain spots on the map, like a farm or something, if you help take that map or whatever the case may be. Because the way I look at it is there's 5 different maps, right? There's 5 different like big places: Holbrick, Black Citadel, Queensdale, Radisson, and the Grove, right? So you got 5. You got 5 races, 5 different places. All of them have their own counter people. And I'm probably going to bite off a wow on this. All of them have their counter people. Like Radisson, the Asura have I forget the little Radisson bad guys, but Sylvari have the Nightmare Court. The humans have the Separatists. The Char have the Flame Legion. I think that's right. And the Norn have the Svanir. So you got all these races that have the counter races. They could have did something the same way that WoW did in regards to like the Horde and the Alliance. I can't remember what it was called. It's been a long time since I played WoW. But you have two different sides of both of the coins for those races. You could have easily done it just on a bigger scale with the races, right? Like, so if I create a Norn, I could create a Norn that is of the standard world, or I can make a Svanir type Norn, right? And then that's where you could have your PvP, because basically all these areas are separated, or the branded. You even got the branded. So all these areas are separated by something. That something could have been that World v. World area, in my opinion. I don't know. That's how I kind of that's how I kind of feel about it. It's kind of been like that. I love Guild Wars and I don't want to lose hope on them. I was just super disappointed. Same. Yeah, but how long do you hold on to hope? It's been years and they failed and still not going in the right direction. I'm really waiting to see, because they said they're doing new things. They did. I think they didn't. You know how secretive they get. I think that they are working on putting some stuff. I don't have faith that it's what I want, but I want to see what this middle fluff is going to be between the stories. That's what I want to see personally. So, I mean, there's still people that have, and I will say this, blinded love for the game. Like, they can do no wrong. And then you have people on the other side of the fence that they're doing everything wrong, but they don't go away and they don't play anything else. And they just want to be toxic and then throw shade. I don't think that's a good thing either, because you can spit at the game or the developers all you want. That's not going to get you what you want. I am not doing either. I mean, I love the game and I'm also disappointed, but I'm kind of in a middle ground right now to where I want to see what they've done. I haven't been happy with the game in years, me personally. Blinded love is any game except they have to work the game. But for me, I just want, I see there was so much potential of things that they could have done that connected and actually made it Guild Wars. Like I said, everything, when you're in a guild, everything you've done with your guild, the PvE players, they could have done things on the world map, complete the events and leveled that way and done all that stuff. Things would have accomplished things for the guilds in their respective maps. Because the maps right now, they're great maps still. They're just unutilized, but they could be utilized. I feel that they could be utilized and they're just underused. And like I said, the scaling thing doesn't work anymore. I don't know. You shouldn't be able to go to world bosses and kill them in one burn. They should scale. I think Tequato has been super easy. I miss the days when we did Triple Trouble and we all had to put our heads together to actually defeat Triple Trouble. Now I've heard it's easy to defeat Triple Trouble. So it's things like that. Shatter, I think they made hard, but then it's easy again. Different, like I said, I just talked about Dragon's Den. It's one burn. Everybody one burn. It just, that part doesn't make sense to me. So, but anyways, in regards to the guilds, that World v. World, like I said, you got definitely with what they're bringing now. This is what I feel they could introduce. They could scratch the World v. World map and make a middle area between where the Flame Legion is and the Black Citadel is, and that be a World v. World area. And it would be in, depending on the servers isn't even really a thing now anymore. You can be rid of servers, in my honest opinion. The only thing that matters is in World v. World. So make World v. World a guild thing, and guilds can either, when guilds are created or even current guilds, they can designate themselves as a PvE guild or a World v. World guild. But if you take part in these seasons, that during this World v. World time or this dueling time or the season time, you can't jump to different guilds. You can be designated to only one World v. World guild, and you can help them during this battle. So when the season ends, then it resets. You can jump to another one and all that. So I think they should restructure the area to be on the actual real map, and that will be a thing. Just like, you remember, I don't even know if it's a thing anymore, but you know how if you needed obsidian shards, what do? What do you do when you need obsidian shards? You have to go to what is it? Was it Balthazar's thing? His shrine? I think it's Balthazar. If you need obsidian shards, no, you don't PvP. If you need obsidian shards, you go to Balthazar's and you can buy obsidian shards with karma, right? But you can't do that if it's contested. And that's how I don't know. My mind's going so many different ways in regards to how the PvE area should go, because there's so many things I want to see. I just want to play the game again where what I did in the world mattered. Right now, it doesn't. It's like whatever. The events in the world are so quick to spawn, like they happen so fast now, that it's like, okay, I stopped this bandit camp. I could run over, get a waypoint, and they're attacking again. I'm just like, come on, dude. Like, the timer on the stuff is off. If they would just tweak that stuff, I think it'd be good. But anyways, World v. World stuff, that's what I feel in regards to the World v. World stuff. And I think it could be made in a way that it makes everybody happy, and everybody's doing, like, the World v. World people and the PvE people are working for the same cause in regards to making their guild better. I think in different areas, and I mentioned Final Fantasy XI in regards to the maps, that I think, like, if your guild got the most points or did the most work taking a particular camp or helping a particular mission or event or whatever, that your guild's flag should be flown there. And there should be a ranking system. Like, guilds would get props, no pun intended or pun intended, for being the best guild or helped in the most areas. I think that's what's going to win for New World. That new MMO that's coming out for Amazon, because that's part of the game, is capturing areas. So, I don't know. What you're talking about is a lot of the reason I'm about to jump to WoW Classic. The need for others is lacking in MMOs in general. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. I don't. Yeah, dude. New World is good. New World is going to be nice. I can tell you that. Just based on what they've done, and they actually listen to the people in their little alpha. Dude, it's going to be great. But the thing is, I'm saying Guild Wars is not Guild Wars. It should be just called Living World. But the thing is, it's not even Living World anymore. Like, I do things and I don't feel that they matter anymore. Another one. This is another one. Shaman. We used to do Shaman back in the day. It's not a world boss anymore. It used to be, but it's not a world boss anymore. There was things that you had to do to get that done. And it's just things like that don't exist in the game anymore. Like the meta events that it used to have back in the day, that it like you wanted. We look forward to doing Shaman and different world bosses like that. Right now, it's just, oh, I'm going to beat the world boss to get a chest, blah, blah, and that's it. And it wasn't that way. Is it Shatter? No, not Shatter. Shadow Behemoth. The one that's in Queensdale. You had to do the 3 events on the outside, and if they didn't get done, you didn't get the boss. So it's stuff like that I'm just like, it's where the game I feel lost. I think that they could have built on it, but instead of building on it, they just, we're going to leave it alone and go do something else. What's up, Ark? Not even, hold on, wait, what? All right, bro, you realize how much shit you and I used to go through in Final Fantasy XI just to level? Exactly, dude. And I don't want to go through that grind. I don't want to go through the leveling grind that we went through. And that's why I went to Guild Wars 2, because Guild Wars 2 had the missions. And you can literally go from mission to heart to event, and you're level that way. I like doing the storytelling on different maps. What's up, Cyber? I like doing the storytelling on different maps to get the levels up, instead of having to sit in the dunes for a week to level. I was talking about you yesterday to Bayfura in Garbanzo, Kaz, about your leveling skills, because Bayfura said he levels like a beast. I'm like, dude, you ain't met Kaz. Kaz is fucking crazy, bro. What's up, Skrillex? What's up, bro? Somebody's watching me. Appreciate that, Skrillex. Thank you for the host, my dude. Dude, the dunes, like leveling in the dunes. You be in the dunes for a week, getting from level 11 to 20. Then you hop on that goddamn boat, and then you're off. But because that's what you had to do before you got your mount, I think, in Final Fantasy 11. But I digress from what I'm talking about. Guild Wars, I like the way that they had the leveling system, and it worked that way. They killed it with the damn boosts. They made it easy for people to level. People didn't learn the game. They just skipped straight to 80, and they didn't learn the dynamics. So now the PvP people are upset. because people are playing in PvP and don't know how to do their jobs in their classes. People in raids are upset because people don't know how to do their jobs in their classes, and that's because they use boost to skip to level 80 instead of actually learning how to do their abilities. So it got to a point where the thought process of let's make it easier for people going solo. I don't need it. I've run solo all the time. Don't make the game easy for me. Make it to where I want to. I feel the need that I need a group. I don't. I play the game solo. Y'all see me stream it every week on Thursday. I don't need a group. I can sit there and do a map by myself, and that's it. And it's cool to chill and do that. But like, say for instance, how would it be in the game if I did, what's my next map? Lorner's Pass I already did. Timberland Falls. Let's say I did Timberland Falls, and there's areas that I need to get a vista or a point of interest, but I can't get to it because it's contested. I need somebody to help me uncontest this. So I can either reach out to my guild or yell at people on the map, hey, this event's going on. Can I get some help over here? Or something like that. But there may or may not be people on the map because they're overdoing some other meta, because they feel that they're trying to dig and get those chests for those. So I don't know. And then you got multiple different maps of people doing the same meta, which people could be more spread out if everything on different maps actually meant something anymore, but it doesn't. So I don't know. Roll Healer. Yeah. Season 5. Damn, I heard Guild Wars 2 was getting big news today. Yeah. The Mount Quest and Juno. Yeah. So I've been here. Feels bad, man. It's all good. Skrillex, what's going on? What's up, Zanar? How are you? So good news or bad news? It's a little mixed for me, Cyber. I feel that the story, the living story, is going to be good. But again, it's more my issues right now is more with the game as a whole. As somebody who is a PvE player, that as an MMO, there's no need for me to log in, like except for doing the stories. Here, I got another one. Here, I got another video that I'll play for y'all. This is them when the game was being sold. This was another video that sold me. It was talking about the dynamic events, right? So let me go ahead and pull this up so you can see. Hold on. All right. I'm going to let this one roll so you can see what's going on here. This is about the dynamic events in Guild Wars. This is another thing that sold me, and this is what I'm talking about. It just fell off. Like, I felt a need when I joined the game.
Dynamic event system in Guild Wars 2 is really our attempt
that I needed to be there. Shout out to this guy with the gator shirt on, though.
Throw that out the window and to create something bigger and better than what people experience.
Yes, me too. Pencil packs, exactly. What's up, Doodad?
So what that means is when you enter an area, there won't be static NPCs just waiting around for you to go up and talk to them. When you enter that area, there's going to be things happening. There's going to be centaurs attacking, other NPCs defending, and having battle lines move back and forth. You'll see buildings on fire. You'll see catapults launching over the walls.
Part of the problem with traditional MMO quests is nothing you did actually makes a difference in the world.
That's how it is now, though.
They'll say, hey, my daughter got kidnapped by ogres, and I need you to go rescue her. Well, in Guild Wars 2,
it doesn't matter right now.
The ogres would come into the town in the form of a dynamic event. You would see them charge into the town, break down the walls, kidnap the daughter, and run off with her. And players could band together to try to stop the ogres from kidnapping her. And if they don't do that, the ogres take the daughter back to their cave and they put her there, and a new dynamic event kicks off in the world where you need to rescue her from the ogres. So it has meaning, it has consequence in the world.
In Guild Wars 2, we don't penalize you for playing in groups.
So in a traditional MMO quest, you're out in the world and you see another player running up, and you go, no, they're going to ruin my experience, they're going to steal my kills.
You'll get just as much experience as the other people fighting there with you, whether you're in a party or not.
The more players that are participating in the
There's the giant I was talking about.
event becomes, the more creatures you're going to attack. So you're always working with other players.
You can play with anybody. You can play with the people you're just running through the world with. They don't have to be people you know outside of the game. They don't have to be people you've built a party with.
Guild Wars 2 has the most...
But I've met most of the people that I've played Guild Wars 2
you might go through a map
just by doing events.
Completely different content than the last time you yourself went through that map. You literally never know what you're going to find every time you log in to play Guild Wars 2.
So see, like I said, that's the kind of stuff that sold me on the game. But it totally lost its way in regards to, I mean, look, this is when I tell somebody this, when I tell somebody that you know, I'm not logging into Guild Wars 2 because there's nothing for me to do. Like, what do you want me to do? Well, why don't you just get achievements? I don't want to fucking achievement hunt. Why would I want to do that? Or maybe you should raid. I've raided. I've done fractals. I enjoy fractals. But to me, I need something to do that feels meaning. If you do a raid, it makes no difference to the world. Like I said, I joined this to feel like, I mean, it was a world created that the events that you do and the events that you take part in, you feel like you've accomplished something. You get loot or something like that. Thank you. Something stimulating. The raid is not stimulating. You're not making a difference in the world of Tyria by completing a raid. Same thing with fractals. Fractals is a made-up area. I enjoy doing them, but it's like a made-up area. It's not affecting the main world. I like, when I play an MMO, I like to feel immersed in that world part. So I really, honestly, when I joined Guild Wars, I did do World v World because that's like a MMO in an MMO. That's the PvP side of things. So it's like a whole different map, a whole different situation going on. So I enjoyed that. That was the competitive side of it. And I enjoyed that. But when it came to the PvE side of it, I wanted to be immersed in that world. And I want to feel like, oh, if I'm going to help I'm going to help protect this camp here from being raided by bandits, then I feel like I'm doing something there. So that was how it was. It's still there right now, but now the timers are shorter to account for the people that, you know, they want it to respawn to be available for people when they come there now. Instead of, oh, I did that, it should be safe for a little while. Or now the events are so easy to do to solo or do whatever, it doesn't scale to the amount of people there that it's just off. It doesn't feel like I have no reason to do this, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at in regards to the direction of the game. When they announced that they were going into that area, it got me excited because then I felt, here's the opportunity for them to tweak the World v World system. Here's an opportunity for them to, actually, I mean, they could have easily announced, you can now make your Char or your Norn characters Svanir, or you can make them Fire Legion, and that would be a new versus that you can do against each other. Me personally, I felt that would be awesome for the most part, you know? I like fractals for the challenge. They were originally introduced as an Asuran theme park thing. Yeah, it was. And the fractals are great. I love fractals as well. But as an MMO, I don't need the fractals. When I've played MMOs, for the years I've been addicted to MMOs, which was started in Final Fantasy 11 to Final Fantasy 14 into Guild Wars. It was for the world itself. It was for what I could do in the world and the people that I met and the events and things that I've done with those people in the world. Fractals is not part of that. PvP is not part of that. PvP is not making an MMO, the PvP part that we have in Guild Wars now. World v World, if it was in the actual world of Guild Wars, I would feel it was more MMO. World v World is still not MMO-ish to me. It's still more of a giant battleground to me. It's not immersed into the actual world of Tyria. To me, that's what it is. So the fractals I enjoy too. I enjoy the different aspects of the game. Even the PvP side. It's a MOBA. It's a MOBA in an MMO, if you want to bring it to that. I mean, that's how I look at it. So I missed the first 2 years of Guild Wars 2 and wasn't around for the invasion of LA. See, all that shit was awesome. I give the example all the time, and let me read the rest of that. But I think they should do more events along those lines. Exactly, Pencil Packs. That's what I'm saying. If you don't protect things, there are consequences. And that is my exact example. Living World Season 4. The first episode, was it the first episode? The one where they attacked Amnoon with the Branded, right? It's like you go through all that, right? And it's an amazing event. When you attack, when you're trying to save Amnoon from the Branded, but they already did their damage, right? So you do all that, right? You exit the instance. Amnoon is fresh and good. Everything's all good in Amnoon. Now, if that was a dynamic event that happened after that, one, they could make it to where that Branded damage happened we protect them, and they're being attacked, and that's something like they're being either attacked or we got to defend it. And it's a constant thing on that map that you have to defend. But after you go through that instance in Living World, Omnun's all good, like nothing happened. And that's not Living World. You can't call it Living World if it's not a living world. So that's my problem with it. I personally, as a 10-year character, I don't give a fuck if new players can't experience Living World 1. I experienced it. And I'm sorry, Pencil Peck, you said you weren't there for that. But I don't care. I was there. It's history books for you. But the thing is, they can create new things like that for you to experience. And you know better that I don't want to miss this if this happens. Because I missed what happens in Kazac's Hills with the Nightmare Tower. I can't experience that. I missed that whole thing. I missed the whole event for the thing that happened in Kazac's Hills with the Nightmare Tower, with the crate. I missed that whole thing. I can never experience that again. Am I mad about it? Yes. But whose fault is it? It's my fault for not being there. It's stuff that happened in history, but it's all good because it made me say, okay, I can't miss no more events because I don't want to miss any more of that stuff. So that's my thought on that. If you're not there for it, you shouldn't get to replay it. You shouldn't get to replay Living Story 2 or 3 or 4. You shouldn't be able to replay all that stuff. If the expansion stuff is there to replay, cool. Replay the expansion stuff. That's cool. But I don't think you should replay something that's Living World, something that happened in the world. Air should not be sitting in Holbrook right now. I can go see her. I can log into the game and go see Air right now. And that should not be a thing. I shouldn't. She's no longer there. I can't go see Tibble. You know what I'm saying? So, should not have changed from Guild Wars 1. I love World v. World, even though it feels separate. And it does. And that's what I'm saying. They should just wipe World v. World. Right now, Gravehawk, right now, they have the opportunity. In regards to what they announced today, they had the opportunity, since they're bringing in Flame Legion and the Svanir coming from the north, which we're separated from them currently, to bring in a World v. World map where each week, like, we can swap servers like we do now, or swap sides like we do now, but like Tarnished Coast can be the Svanir side of things, and Blackgate could be the Norn side of things, and that would be the battleground. So they can still have these different battlegrounds on each, like Krata have their side with them in the Separatists, and the Separatists may be helped by the the mounted guys, the Molnir or whatever you want to call them, and then you got the Savari will have the Nightmare Court, and it's not like you have to play their races, but you can still play their characters, but the maps will be different based on those separating areas. Same thing with the Asura. Same thing with the Char. Well, the Char already mentioned, but they have the opportunity to do that there, where we can have that. I think that would be sweet, where you can now bring the World v. World people and the PvE people together. Then, if you bring in alliances, then you got the alliances not only in World v. World, but you can also have the thing where you actually may have to protect your guild from another alliance or another guild, right? And it actually will be guild wars, right? So, and PvE people in protection to their own guild hall would have to do their PvE events. World v. World would have to protect their thing to get stuff for you, and then guilds can battle each other in their guilds. And if you're going to be able to get the supplies to have the protection, like the catapults and the ballistas and things like that, you have to do your designated events. That's how I feel. That's how I feel with it. I mean, it may sound like a mess how I'm describing it, but it sounds right in my head. I don't know. I don't know. No raid. PvP is on its own server. Everyone is out in the open, out helping each other. No dungeons. What are you talking about there, Bayfear? Just started all the Living World stuff. Yeah, I see that y'all are progressing. And that's awesome. Like I said, but you can't play Living World 1 anymore. I saw somebody ask that. Make Living World playable. You can't bring that back, dude. You cannot bring back Living World 1. You can't. You can't do Marionette by yourself or with a group of 5 people. You can't do it. You can't do it. Oh yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, I agree with you. And I'm not against the raiding system, but make the raids part of the world. The raid, what goes on the raids doesn't matter in Tyria. That's why I don't really care. I like to do stuff that I'm immersed into. If I'm going to play a game, I don't want to just do a raid just to do it. I don't care about the cosmetics of the game. I don't care about Ascendant or I mean, I have my Ascendant, or legendary armor. I don't care about all that. The legendary weapons are nice, but I don't feel I should have to raid for that. That should be something that I get in the world. I just think that's ridiculous. I came up with an awesome idea on that a long time ago, that you could have an NPC in the game that has memories that you can go redo stuff if you missed it. You don't get the achievements or something, but you could see it. Yeah. I mean, they kind of have that with the regular story. I believe the only thing that should be replayable that people can play is the story. Is story mode. That's it. After that, living world stuff should be something that's constant. And I don't mean them constantly making up episodes. The episodes could be the filler. And I'm hoping that's what they're doing right now, because they kind of said that they were making filler in between the episodes. So I'm hoping that they're going to do something like that. I am hoping, because that will keep me entwined in the game. That they're going to be doing something that is interactive for everybody to be involved in between these 3-month waits for an episode that's I'm going to play for 3 hours and never play again. So that's my, I don't know. Is there a cap on how many people can be in a guild? I think it's 500, unless they changed it. It's 500. As long as you could read up on the past events, I don't think it matters. Or even a video. Yeah. Just like Bayfair said. Hell, I think that's how I got partnered, was that I did the recap videos of the Living World 1. I was doing that. Or I did a recap video of Living World 1, of what happened and things like that. It's on YouTube somewhere. But I don't know, dude. It's just a lot right now in regards to everything that was announced. There were some cool things announced that they're bringing. But my thing is just, when I sat there and I listened to everything that was being said, my thought is, what's going to keep me in this game and playing it? Because right now, the world side of it, it's an episodic RPG. That's all it is. I don't need to do anything in the world. I don't need to get extra gear. I don't need to do anything. I could just play episode by episode, and that's my Guild Wars experience. I have no need to do anything else. For me, I can't just mindlessly play something. Like the raids, I mean, if you enjoy doing raids and enjoy the challenge, I can see that. Me, it's not the challenge that gets me. I like to have story. I like to have content to why I'm doing something when I'm playing a game or anything. That's why I don't play FPS games. I mean, I don't knock anybody that plays them, but I don't play them anymore. One, because I got burned out on them because I played them all the time back in the past, but it's over and over and over again. I can understand the competitive side, but I don't really care about the competitiveness stuff, except for Teamfight Tactics. That's a different story. But I don't care about the competitive side of it. I care about story and why I'm doing something. So, and that's what got me. That's what's getting me drawn away from Guild Wars. It's just like, I need that. I need that. You know what I'm saying? I just need something. I need a reason for why I'm doing it. Like, and I guess that's kind of why I've been redoing the mapping of the areas. Like, I'm doing the Shiver Peak areas right now, and I'm going to be doing Timberland Falls probably this Thursday. An announcement on that as well. I'll get that in a second. But when I play these maps, it brings me back to the time, kind of, where I felt that things mattered. But even now, I can see a difference. Like, the events, it's just like I'll run past an event that I just did, and I'm like, why is that already rebooted? Like, already. Like, I remember there used to be some time before they start attacking again. So it's stuff like that. But anyways, I will be streaming Guild Wars 2 on Thursday. I will be doing the mapping of Timberland Falls. If you have not seen, Meg had almost as soon as after the damn announcement ended today, they did give us some things to give back to y'all. Some Oreen shirts for the game. Like, you get an Oreen shirt So for the next 2 Guild Wars stream, I'm going to give 5 out this week. I'm going to give 5 out the following week. So I'm telling y'all ahead of time before I even promote it. All right. So I'm going to probably clip this out and pop a video, highlight this, just the discussion about it, and probably throw it over on YouTube as well. But if you're watching this far into it and you see it, I will be doing a giveaway for the next 2 mapping streams, which I think is Timberland Falls. I don't know what's after that. After that, is that Frostgorge Sound? I think it's Frostgorge Sound after Timberland Falls. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Pro partner here. But the next 2 Guild Wars streams on Thursday, I will be doing 5 of each of the shirts things. Meg gonna get one. Yeah, we know how you work. But I'll be doing that. I'm not advertising it now. You're hearing it here. I will advertise it before the stream that I will be giving them away. It's no secret. I've seen people posting about it. So that's it. And I don't know if I'm doing NA or not. Hold up. We're just going to try to do the Heart of Thorns area, but we have no idea what all the events do. Gravehawk, if you're going to do the Heart of Thorns story and you want to see what happened in Living World, there's that little... you probably saw that on your story thing, but there's that person in Lion's Arch that kind of tells you what happened up until that point. But on my mapping part, I don't know if I'm jumping yet. It depends. I'm jumping to EU when I can play with Gravehawk and Zan. I'm letting y'all know that right now. I don't think it matters because nobody really plays with me anyways when I do mapping, so I don't think it matters. But I'm going to be jumping over so I can join Gravehawk and Zan at some point, so... It's not the story. We're just doing the maps. Okay. I'm sorry in advance for Tangled Depths. I'm sorry in advance. I'm going to... Yes. Yeah, Justina, definitely. It's always fun. Yes. Yes. See, and I don't mind people joining me when they can, but it's not a common thing. Like, I've done most of it by myself. But I know when I do, like this Thursday, I may still be on NA. So y'all can still join me. But the first opportunity I get, I'm going to jump over to EU and join Gravehawk and Zan. Whenever I can catch them streaming and playing the game, I'm going to jump over and play with them. I think that would be fun. We've talked about doing that for a long time. As long as you come back to me. When you get off of BDO and teaming up with ARK, yeah, that would be cool. Spicoli, you don't join me either. When is the last time you've been in? When was the last time you've been in Guild Wars? By the way, when was the last time you've been in Guild Wars? I gotta know. When was the last time? I need to know. This man ain't logged in about 2 years. You still don't know what you're doing in Guild Wars? That's because you following Meg. Meg don't know what she's doing. Definitely, if you're doing PvE, Meg is a damn. Meg is a damn World v World player. You got her leading you around. I'm sorry. I logged in and ran around Lion's Arch for about 10 minutes, like 6 months ago. You squirrel all over? Yeah. Who haven't logged in? ARK does this thing by not listening to me. Is that what he does? Okay. But y'all heard it here. I'll be streaming on Thursday. I'll continue the mapping on Timberland Falls. I enjoy it. Like I said, I like just to kind of go around and see, talk to different NPCs, just to see the detail of the story. And you get a lot of lore out of it. Like when we were in, I think Larner's Pass, when they were talking about the dwarves and the history between the dwarves and the Great Destroyer and all that good stuff. I mean, you get a lot of history and a lore with it. So I enjoy doing the mapping part. So I will do that again. Timberland Falls will be this week coming up. So we'll do that. Decade, the homie. What's up, man? He runs in the wrong direction and doesn't complete hearts. He just runs. Are you protecting him? Is he getting killed by something? Is he getting chased by something? What's going on? He just runs. Good Lord. But all right. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go and I'm going to play this trailer again for y'all. This is the trailer for the new Living World that's coming up. If you haven't seen it, you can see it here. The Ice Brood Saga is what it's called. So you get to see it. This is what it is. Looks really good. Like I said, I had no negative things to say about this. As far as the story itself, I've enjoyed the story.
You fear something far worse. You fear outliving the ones you swore to protect. You fear the day your children no longer feel the chill of the frost or the warmth of the flame.
It is. The art style is beautiful, dude. It's amazing what they do with the art on this game. The storytelling.
It is this fear that is your enemy, not I.
That's what I said, Grey Fox. I was hoping they were announcing that today. I was hoping. And y'all know I love my ice maps too.
But you need not fear me, champion.
Yeah.
For I can set you free. Join me, and you shall have the strength to protect your people in the trials to come. Stand against me, and you stand alone.
That's the next map I'm doing, Pencil Pack. So the prologue, Bound by Blood, is coming out September 17th. So I do want to say that September 17th is when it's coming out. I honestly, I'm going to stream in the evening. I'm not going to try to beat the rush and take the day off and stream it during the day. I'll be home after work and I'll stream it on that Tuesday. So that week I'll probably switch Oninaki and Guild Wars that week. And I'll do Oninaki on Thursday and I'll do Guild Wars on Tuesday. But also, just to let you guys know, you can currently right now, if you do not have the expansions, you can buy Path of Fire and get Heart of Thorns for free. Now, Gravehawk, I don't know when you bought Heart of Thorns, but if you bought Heart of Thorns within the last 30 days, this is what I've heard, so don't quote me on this. If you bought Heart of Thorns within the last 30 days, you can get a refund on it and then rebuy the Path of Fire to get both free. So that's a cool deal. So basically, you're getting all of Guild Wars content, all of it, for $25. Now, all the things that I've said, whether it's been positive or negative about Guild Wars, it is still, to me, the best MMO out there for the buck. You're not paying a subscription charge for it or anything like that. So anybody who's complaining about Guild Wars, just honestly needs to just go to a different MMO, in my personal opinion. But for you get the value that you get for what you pay, you can't beat it with any other MMO because all the other ones are sub for the most part. Or like I know WoW, you can play and then you can buy your thing with gold, and I think you can do that with Guild Wars as well. But it's a lot more work. But at the same time, you legit can just pay $25. You get all of Guild Wars content, all of it. So I don't know. That to me, that's a deal. I've said they'll do refunds for people who just got Path of Fire so they can get the free Heart of Thorns. Okay, so that's what. So it was with Path of Fire. So they're not. If somebody just bought Heart of Thorns, they can't get the refund. I wasn't sure. That's what I said. I wasn't completely sure about that. But if you are interested in either trying Guild Wars out, you can play it for free. That's the first link. Or you can also, if you do want to buy it, you got the link there as well where you can buy Path of Fire, get Heart of Thorns for free, all that stuff there. I will say it, the stream is brought to you by ArenaNet, even though my opinions are my own in regards to this. It's just kind of a reaction to today's news, not an official Guild Wars 2 stream, but I did want to talk about it. So, yeah, it looks really nice. It does. It looks really nice. I don't think it does include Living Story. Yes, it does. They said that during the thing, Dracena. that even the because one part of the announcement that people talked about was the prelude, the prelogue, and this is why I'm kind of wondering what happens after this. Is that if you have Path of Fire, then you can play the prelogue for free. They mentioned that during the meeting. Oh, the living. Oh, you mean okay? Yeah, that. Yes, just the most recent. Yes. Yes, you don't get all the living world content. That is something that you would have to get with gems because it's something, like I said, that's past. Me personally, like I said, I don't think it should even be available. That's just my opinion. But if you buy it, you buy it. Hey, it's all good. But living world stuff, this living world saga, you can play as long as you have the Path of Fire. So that's it. Yes, you're correct with that. But yeah, I do love the logo. It looks nice. It has a little fire with ice in it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the new maps are. The map designs are always great. I have no complaints in regards to the way that the living world episodes have gone. Like I said, it's an episodic RPG for me. My beef is with the everyday part of the game. When somebody tells me you don't have anything to do, why don't you go do achievements? Fuck that. I'm not doing achievements. I don't care about achievements. There's no benefit in it for me to do achievements. I don't care about them. I need content. I need something to do in the game that has meaning. And that's my gripe. That's my gripe. I've been sitting here for an hour, and that's my gripe on what I need in this game. All right? So that's it. That's really it. That's really all I wanted to talk about today. I'm not streaming later tonight. I was thinking about doing it. But I'm not streaming later tonight because I'm going to go hang out with my family. My mom and my oldest sister are actually on their way into town now. So I'm going to hang out with family tonight. Tomorrow, let's go ahead and talk about this. I got a couple of games that I am bringing to you guys. I plan on bringing to you tomorrow and Sunday. As soon as I can find it. Let me give you the list of games. I got 5 games to cover. Wait, I think I got 6. Wait a minute. And I want to get as good time. So I plan on starting in the morning. So the games that I got for you, I still got to do Mecha Bolt. That's the game I was supposed to do this past week, and I didn't get to do it. There's a game called Devader. There's Witch Hunt, which is kind of a scary game. Kind of a first-person shooter scary game kind of deal. There's a game called Steambird Alliance. There is Decay of Logos. I think I saw Doctor's Gaming play a little bit of it, but I didn't look too much into it. But it looked good, so I requested it. And then I want to play Sleepy Dogs Late O'Clock. So those are all the games that I'm going to be bringing. I plan on bringing to you guys. Steambird Alliance is amazing. Yeah, I haven't really looked too much into it, but that's one of it. Yeah, it's one of those kind of shooter games. So yeah, I want to jump into that and play that one. I didn't know you checked that out, Bayfair. You got it? Because it's multiplayer. If you want to join me when I play it, let me know when you're available, and we can jump into it. Nothing tonight, Wingley. I'm going to go hang out with family tonight, but y'all got me all day tomorrow and all day Sunday. Until nighttime tomorrow, anyways. I may go do something. So, for the daytime, though, y'all got me. I got it. And, okay, hey, dude, just let me know when you're available tomorrow, and let's try to connect, man. Let's try to connect. But I thought you are definitely my family. But my mom doesn't watch streams, and I have to go see my mom. My mom don't watch streams. I think if she's ever watching any of my streams, oh God, I'm in trouble. I am in so much trouble. I'm in so much trouble. But yeah, that one looked nice. I'm excited to play that. So yeah, let me know, Bayfair. Just hit me up tomorrow when you feel that you're going to be available. I don't know what I'm starting with. Like I said, I'll probably start in the morning, stream for 2 hours, take a break, get a bite to eat, come back, do another 2-hour stream with something. The one that I feel that may take some time is going to be the Decay of Logos. I hope that's how that's pronounced. It looks like a very... damn it. Zurich, I'm ending, bro. I'm ending, my dude. What's going on, my dude? Bye, everybody. Yeah, it looks like a really nice game, so I look forward to playing that one as well. Yeah, man, I've went on my spiel about Guild Wars 2 and where I feel the state of the game is and all that good stuff. Yeah, we've did all that. Thank you, Zurich. I appreciate that. Let me give a shout out. If you guys don't know who Angry Zurich is, which I don't know why you wouldn't, make sure you check the homie out. He is a Guild Wars 2 streamer. He does a lot of amazing things. You can learn a lot, which you do not learn anything playing Guild Wars 2 from me, but you can learn a lot from Zurich. He has a lot of knowledge in regards to a lot of different things in the game. I do not, so that's all I can. That's all I can say about that. So, and I know it's really quiet now. I just been talking and about the game and all that good stuff. So, I appreciate that, Zurich. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, definitely check him out if you have not already. I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. I know you do not hear that from me a lot, but you will not be disappointed if you check out Angry Zurich. He's good people. Definitely check them out. We still need to get together and do a collab Salt and Pepper stream with some Guild Wars, man. Let me know when that's happening and we can do some things. Probably when I get the new PC so I can make sure my Discord ain't gonna clap out when you get into an angry rant. So we got to make sure we do that. So all right, but I am heading out. So I do want to thank everybody who did join from Angry Zurich. If you want to join us, who else is streaming so I can who's streaming right now so we can share the love. Salt and Pepper raid. We're gonna do a Salt and Pepper raid. So if you join Zurich, join me for the Salt and Pepper raid. Who do I have that's doing Guild Wars 2? I have Aminia. That's the one I got doing. She's doing Guild Wars right now. Let me let that ad play. Bullshit ad. Before I get into the finals. Yeah, Bayfield, remember to get with me tomorrow on that, bro. Jacina, thank you. Kaz, appreciate you hanging out, bro. Appreciate everybody who listened to me in just my concerns in regards to Guild Wars 2, and y'all gave y'all's input, all that good stuff. I really appreciate that. Appreciate everybody who came over from Zurich. Sit tight. We're about to rate somebody else who's playing some Guild Wars right now. A really good streamer. Her name is Aminia. I want to say it's Aminia. I hope I'm saying that right. Hold on. And I'm going to leave y'all with some closing time and some stuff like that. I'm hoping I spelled that right. It looks right. Yeah, that's right. All right, so join the raid, guys. If y'all are here from Zurich Stream, we're going to move over to Aminia. She's really cool Guild Wars 2 player. She does a little bit of everything. And I guarantee you she's good people. So definitely give her a shout. Say what's up to her. I'm going to hit y'all with the closing time right now in the credits. We have a kitty on stream right now, as y'all can see.